You know what's good when they're rocking out the fucking Yoli letters to start off a sentence.
By the sacred oak, let him down!
I suppose
Meanwhile,
we
with
should
the
probably
animated
point out
rain
that
cloud.
like the destruction of Beauty's clothes is kind of the no way back for this one. So we're now going the long route where we're going to golden ending it, I assume.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you the short route in the game is you actually wear Beauty's clothes and use them to sneak into the castle.
Yes, that's right. Otherwise now we have to now do foot stuff for the druids, and
I'm
we
sure I'm precisely who he meant.
try and outfox
I assure
the
you,
genie, which is
I
another
mean to
part of it,
harm no one
and then we have
Yep.
this big connection in the
unless
land of
that
the dead.
person threatens the
Yep.
princess. I'm
So
sorry to have
viewers,
disrupted your
you'll be relieved to
ceremony, but
know
I'm
that you're
running out
getting
of
the
time.
full
What is
King's
it
Quest
that you
6
see?
experience here, and you don't have to
Before
thank
the
us.
Isle of the
You
Sacred
really
Mountain,
don't have to
you
thank us
told me
straight
I should
away.
speak to you
We
about
know
the
you
realm of
appreciate
the
our
dead.
hard work.
You told me of two souls gone
You
restless that
know,
I might be
no,
able to
no,
free.
hold your applause, please.
Free
You don't have to clap.
souls.
You don't have to stand
Well,
up and applaud us. It's fine.
you're
We understand how
mad.
you feel. I know you're
Souls
all
like
very,
me
very
would
humble
help
that
me
you
on
get to
my
see
mission to
this
save the
live and live in
princess.
color.
It's
Yeah.
imperative that I do everything I can. The risks
I
are
don't think people
not
care.
important. No.
We
I
don't.
think all that
Getting
applause is
yourself
fake.
killed will hardly help the
Hmm.
princess. But I will tell you what I know. Legend has it that it is the right of any human to challenge the Lord of the Dead in order to
Again,
save
what
his
risks
own
is he
life
talking
or
about
the
here? Because
life
like
of another
he
already
could just let
past.
this area just go to
If the
shit.
knowledge
You
of
know,
how to
like
do this was
he's
lost
kind of only there to
centuries
basically get his dick
ago,
wet and
I have
leave.
only
You know, the
heard
kind
of
of way.
one who
And
tried it.
he's kind of like
A
stumbled
young
upon
knight
into
who
being some
came
sort of
to
like
land
freedom
in the
fighter,
Green
but
Isles from
like
a
the most
distant
unlikely
land
possible
long
source of
ago.
freedom fighter. Where like he's not necessarily
According
fighting
to the
for like
story, he was
to
determined to
overthrow the current
challenge the
regime.
Lord of the
He's
Dead
threatening to
for
overthrow
the
it and then
soul
become the
of
regime
his dead
himself.
lover. It
Pretty
is
much, yeah.
said that he
Which
tamed
look, if it
the
works for him, all
emperor's
power to him. But
horse,
I
a
just think
black-winged
it's a bit,
demon
you know,
hunting
optimistic of
beast
him. You know.
named Nightmare. Nightmare
Ooh, the
sometimes
nightmare.
flies to the human
Hmm.
world to feed on certain noxious plants.
So this now
Those
spawns the
unfortunate
nightmare
enough to
somewhere on the
see
map,
her
Hmm.
are glad to
and
escape
the clue
The
as to
with
where,
their
noxious plants.
souls
yeah.
intact. Somehow
So we know
the
where to go if he wanted to
night-captured
pet the
Nightmare
horsey.
and rode off on her back, supposedly to the
And I
realm
know
of the dead.
I know you, Neil. I know
But
you're a fan of
neither the
horses,
knight
so we are
nor
absolutely
his
going to be petting the
lover
horse whenever we
ever
get the opportunity.
returned.
Oh yeah.
If there was a
Yeah,
means for challenge,
it
it
is a
was
good horse.
lost with
It is
the
an evil
night.
horse.
I see. Can you
It
tell
is
me
a horse with
anything about the
wings.
Lord of the Dead? Ah, that is a blacker matter still. To the druids, he is Samhain, lord of coldness and despair.
Well, way to
Samhain was
butcher the
once a man
fucking
like you or
pronunciation
I,
of Savin.
but he
So
Yeah,
insulted the gods and was sentenced to rule the
I mean,
underworld.
it is. This is America, after
Immortal
all.
he
They
is,
always do.
and mateless.
You always think they're really cool by
Robust,
going and go, actually, do you know, Halloween is actually an Irish festival, and then they go Sam Hain as the fucking pronunciation. It's like, oh, you're so
He
close.
hates
You
all
always get this
mortals,
wrong.
even
To the
more for
extent
the
where now I think you're doing it
mortality
deliberately.
he lost. That is all I know. Interesting. I shall remember. Now look how the oak embers of our bonfire still glow hot despite the rain. If you're bent on your course, you'll need courage that's just as impervious to the chill. May your luck last longer than your storm, brave one. May it indeed. Thank you, Archdruid.
So was that meant to be a tortured metaphor, or are you telling me to pick up the ember so I can put it
Alexander has
into
already had enough
in
close
for a
contact
spell?
with
Because
that
I feel like
fire.
that was more the latter. And let's all just walk off camera and never be seen again. Especially you, Derry. There you go, he's gone. God, I hate that guy. He has got an old maid's clothes to bail him out this time. He's gonna have to use his
Alexander
own.
pulls out his
Mm-hmm.
magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
So I think at this stage, like there's two or three aspects you can do here. I'm going to clear off what's on the Crown Island first because by doing Nightmares one, you basically get straight to the Land of the Dead.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
kind
to
of
kind
like
of clear off this bit first before you start doing any of those shenanigans. Because the Land of the Dead stuff kind of rolls seamlessly into the finale, so works out quite well.
Alexander holds out the rose, hoping that the bird will deliver it to Cassima.
So yeah, seeing that our Nightingale is now basically our spy in the camp for all
Nightingale
intents and
takes the
purposes,
rose and heads for the castle
we can
once more.
get it to deliver our messages for us.
A white
Which
rose.
I think
How
that deserves a nice.
beautiful. It must be from Alexander. How I wish that I could see him with my own eyes, but Abdul will never allow it. He only risks capture by
She just kind of
sending
hands her
these
like,
things.
bird.
Dear to my
Yeah.
heart,
What have you
though
got
they
for us
are.
now?
Fly elsewhere, my pretty friend. Do not endanger Prince Alexander again by taking tokens from his hand. Forgive me, Alexander, and forget me. I cannot return your love, for fear that I shall never leave this castle again.
Alexander waits in vain for Cassima.
These are a lot of complicated instructions for a bird to follow.
Does not. Could there
You're
be
putting a
something
lot of
wrong?
trust into
Or
a
does
small,
Cassima
chirpy little
simply
thing.
not welcome his attentions
It's like,
further?
don't tell him this. Don't give him away of our location. Tell him that the wedding is on.
An old beggar is peddling his wares in the village.
Alternatively,
He offers a
Nightingale
variety of
was
lamps,
eaten by a
all
bigger
neatly
bird.
lined up on a long pole.
Maybe just me, but that seems like a very logical conclusion.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
So now this is where we are going to set up our little trap here.
Alexander
Because
seems to have a
we've
very
noticed that the
sneaky
old man
idea.
either hangs around in the pawn shop or in the library.
Mm-hmm.
But this time he's
I
having a
can't
little
go on
gawk at that
anymore.
giant bear who's
Without
thinking,
Cassima, I'd just rather
can I
not
resurrect that?
Prince Alex,
Asking for a
no.
friend.
It's true. The Vizier has beaten me. I give up. Poison is my last resort.
Stop.
More actoring,
I am-
Alexander. More
No.
actoring.
More.
Emote.
Fun fact, the original script asked me to say no.
The original script asked me to shit myself. Oh god.
Oh, what a waste. The poor young fool.
He's dead. He's dead. Wait until Abdul
Rest in peace, my
He'll
friend.
be so pleased.
They're going to lay it there.
I told you
He's
not
dead
to
and
pop
he's
in
never
like
coming
that.
back.
You can learn to knock like everybody else. Sorry, Master. I couldn't help myself. I have great news. Well,
Meanwhile-
what is it?
Well, hey, look at that giant blue bottle that, like, Alexander is definitely going to be able to see in this flashback.
Yeah.
What? Are you positive? That young
But who
man
do you
has
think is
proven
playing
to
the
be
role of
most devious.
Shamir, the genie
I saw the
here?
whole thing
Not like voice
myself,
actor wise, but
Master.
physically.
He was really a
Because,
crack.
yeah, that's heavily pixelated real life photography.
If what you say is true, it shall be most convenient. You've spent enough time on that little irritant. We must start thinking about the wedding. Anything, Master? Oh, I do
I mean, he did go bleh. I mean, that's proof, isn't it?
I was there, he shit himself and all, like.
See, that's how it works, right? Once you see the
Now,
bells
Shamash,
evacuating, that's it. It's
to the
done.
lamp with
It's
you.
Jover.
Prepare yourself, as we discussed.
Alexander's heart lurches to life in his chest.
Prince Alex, but you were...
Sorry, friend. I was doing a little acting, I'm afraid.
Ah, of course, the strange cloaked man. You are quite clever, and a bit too exciting for an old man.
He's fine. It was just an episode he was going through.
How fare you, good merchant?
I could use more business, if the truth be known.
Like, not to say that the guy,
counter
the
field,
merchant's
the
being
counter-
disingenuous, but like, he's only doing that because he wants to sell
Alexander
his
takes a
shit. He's like,
closer
oh,
look
I'm
at the
so glad
items
that
on
you're
the counter.
here. Maybe you should we can buy something before you
Might I
leave.
trade for that
I have a
You stop
giant
just
bear that needs a new
trading shit
collar.
around
What do
and
you
just
wish
actually
to
like
offer
buy
me in
something,
trade?
you fucking bum.
But he keeps, as I'm saying, he's allowing him to trade whatever he wants because he's royalty. It's like,
Would you
okay, so you're
mind
not
if
actually
I
even turning a
traded
profit
this
here.
in?
You're just lonely.
Of course, Prince Alex,
Because
please.
the only people we've
choose
seen in the shop
something in
so far
exchange
has
for
been
the
the
items
crocodile
on the
old man who
counter.
keeps eating your mints.
Alexander
Exactly.
looks closely at the items on the counter.
And he's
to
only
make
allowed
his
a certain amount
selection.
because, you know, they are boozy.
I think I'd like the painter's brush.
Very good, Prince Alex. The painter's brush it is. May your painting go well. Feel free to bring back the brush at any time.
Thank you.
Yeah, and shocking enough, the one item we haven't used yet is what we actually need to do next.
Yes.
Such a strange conflict of events there.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need a
Again, that's very much
golden
just
lamp.
justifying, like,
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
There's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer
I
than
don't suppose you
can.
have, like,
Besides, there's always
do you have one of those genie lamps that appears only in flashbacks? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do.
I think he does. He can see it quite
Excuse
clearly.
me, peddler,
Yes.
but I have an old lamp that might interest you.
Ah, an old lamp. And what a nice traditional design, too. Take your pick of my new lamps. A fine choice.
What a strange economy as well. It's like,
Here
yes,
is
no,
your
give me your old
new
shit.
lamp.
I'll give you an
Good
upgrade.
day, and
This is
I'll
probably why I'm on the
you,
streets.
sir.
Yes, you're quite right. It's a bad business model.
Nary a toot to my fucking head.
Literally, yeah. Well, in fairness, that is because he keeps chewing on the lamps, which is bad for your teeth, folks. Let there be no mistake that tempered glass is not good for your enamel.
Another dud.
Alexander has obtained a new lamp made of blue-colored glass with a tall, thin neck and a cork-like cap.
I do like these kind of serving. He's just operating as if the bottles are like match scratch cards. It was like, only 2 stars, fuckers. You know, like that's not sure how that works, but okay. So now that we have the genie thinking that we are now dead, clearly the pressure's off now. You know, we can just go through the rest of our day now without having any form of threat or danger.
Uh-huh.
And the wedding will proceed as planned.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
But yes, I do believe now we are going to move on to the exciting Land of the Dead puzzle.
Alexander feels a
Which,
strange pulling sensation.
I'm not going to lie, kind of cool. I liked it. As you said, it's a good bit darker than the previous King's Quest games were almost like, you know, exclusively fantastical and whimsical and bright and green and beautiful. Probably isn't a coincidence that, like, the moment that Jane Jensen takes over the project, let's have some
The
death.
embers from the bonfire
Let's
are
have
still
something really
smoldering
macabre.
Despite the rain.
Well, that's anything, like, most of the
Alexander has
puzzles she takes
already had
over are
enough
pretty much the
close
same,
contact
right?
with that
Like,
fire. Alexander
I shall fill this skull with burning embers.
Alexander scoops up some of the red
Sorry,
hot
Murray,
embers
but
in the
sacrifice
ancient
has to be made.
human skull.
So again, like much like the cup, the skull is serving as a receptacle for all the magic items for just one specific spell, which is kind of funny because then I think there's another one. I think it's that, and I think there's another one we pick up as well. It's the same thing where like, okay, this is used
Alexander.
as to hold all the components for
puts
the other
silver
spell.
hair into the skull.
Again, Sierra, we need to have a serious talk about how you combine puzzles. Oh, Jesus.
Alexander cracks the spoiled egg and dumps it into the skull containing the embers and the strand of
I mean, I don't need to tell you, Neil, how very, very spooky this all
the
is.
spoiled egg.
Like, the first thing I do with a burning skull is an egg over it.
Sounds the steam.
It's the best way to get
Smells
protein into
sulfur.
it, you know? Has anyone ever said the word zounds?
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Like seriously, like if you have ever heard said the word zounds in your life, expose yourself to the
Alexander
internet
feels
in the
a
comments,
strange pulling
please,
sensation.
because we need to ridicule you. It's for your own good. So yes, naturally, the nightmare is waiting for us, where the nice, delicious poison berries are. And if you think that whatever the horse is eating is bad, wait until you see it poop.
Oh,
They
yeah,
are-
the one cracking fell rotten eggs onto burning skulls.
That would be the light of it, yes. Just similar
Alexander arrives
notes
at the
and
top of the
fragrances to
cliffs,
that.
somewhat winded after his long but uneventful climb. A mighty
Holy
winged
shit.
horse, the color
Yeah,
of midnight,
look at that pretty
is
horse.
feeding from the nightshade bush. The creature must be Nightmare, the one the druid spoke about. Alexander decides to take the straightforward approach and grab the black creature.
I mean, I don't know what gave it away. Was it the whole, like, it being the jet black mane?
is not
Was it the
abused.
evil? Was it the bright blue eyes? Was the fact that it's eating toxics?
Oh, you were hoping the
Calm
horse would
down,
kill you.
girl.
Nightmare
I
ignores
did.
Alexander.
I actually really did. I was hoping to just trample us or something. But nope, just ran away. I was so disappointed. Like honestly, like this is Sierra. Like that should have happened. That should have worked.
Charm a creature of the night.
So yes, time now
Alexander
for some
solemnly speaks the
spells.
incantation over the skull.
Creature of night, to me succumb. Fire and brimstone leave thee numb. Purity bind thee like a chain, to do whate'er I now ordain.
Nightmare flares her nostrils at the scent of the fire and brimstone.
Do you think that Sierra had like a bit of
Come
like
on,
a kind
I need
of word
passage to
blitz
your
in the
homeland,
office
fire
to
and
try and
blood.
make riddles for this game? So, hey, Gary, are you doing anything at the
Unable to
moment?
resist the power of
What?
the
Of course
enchanted
not.
smell,
Legends Darius been cancelled.
Nightmare
Great. Can you make some
approaches
riddles?
Alexander.
Sure.
Her eyes appear glassy and
If you
silent.
insist.
In her hypnotized state, she is unaware of the humans so close to her flank, or of anything at all except that marvelous smell.
Now ride!
Go, Secretariat, go!
Nightmare deposits Alexander on a strange, cold world.
No, what
Wow,
did
they
she
really, yeah.
affect?
So
Oh,
for stuff to
zombies.
say, it's just like, yeah, you kind of put the horse's head over the scenic transition, but it's fine.
The ghoulish